Hello, I'm Haley Hutchings, and as a D1 beach volleyball player here at GCU, I decided to do my informative speech on NCAA beach volleyball. A little bit of background and history on the sport in general. Most people believe that it began right here on Waikiki Beach in Hawaii, all the way back in 1915, but it didn't start gaining traction on mainland until about the 1920s. It was super popular in California specifically, and Santa Monica was actually the first city to set up more permanent beach courts. But it wasn't really considered a professional sport until the 70s when they started adding a lot more tournaments with more prize money. And in 1983, the AVP was developed, which is the Association of Volleyball Professionals. And ever since then, it has been considered more of a professional sport rather than just recreational. But the NCAA added beach volleyball in 2015, which was the 90th sport to be added, and that was the first year that it was recognized as a varsity sport or championship sport. But many schools, or not many, 15 schools actually to be exact, had it in 2012, but it has grown to over 90 schools now. But back in 2020, when COVID happened, obviously we play in the spring, so our season got cut short by COVID, unfortunately. And a lot of schools that were planning on adding beach programs no longer got to because they had to obviously allocate money to other things, and which was really unfortunate. But beach volleyball is still the fastest growing sport in the NCAA and in high school and middle school as well. So the difference between beach and indoor is really just the rules. So we only play best out of 3 sets, and we only play to 21 points. But if you split the first 2, you play a deciding third set, which is only to 15. But some more differences from beach to indoor is obviously the court size. It's a little bit smaller because we only play with 2 people instead of 6. And obviously we play outside, so you have to deal with the elements a little bit more and deal with the wind, the rain, the sun, all of it, and it definitely changes the strategy and way you approach the game. And you also have no substitutions, so once you start the match, you are in it. You have to be in it the whole time. If you can't play, it's a medical forfeit. And also you play 5 pairs play, so it's like your 1s, 2s, 3s, and so on. And like your school plays against their 1s pair, so your 1s play their 1s, your 2s play their 2s, and so forth. Beach volleyball is super cool in the fact that we have such high levels of competition. USC and UCLA are historically dominant, which is not surprising. USC won the first couple championships that we ever had, and then UCLA was able to win the next couple. And then obviously our season got cut short during COVID in 2020, but ever since then USC has won the past 4 championships. But more power to them. They do in fact have at least 1 to 2 pairs of Olympians on their team every single year, whether it be like they've had Ukrainian Olympians play for them in the past. But USC also produces a lot of the US Olympians, which is super cool because we get to play against them so often. And it's just so interesting that people from all across the world, that they're the best of the best in their country, come here to play. And GCU has been lucky enough. We've been able to recruit a Puerto Rican Olympian to play for us. TCU, who's another very dominant school, they consistently have Spanish Olympians because their head coach used to be an Olympian for Spain as well, which I just think that's so interesting, and it's such a blessing to get to play against people who are literally the best in the world every single weekend. But my personal experience with beach volleyball, I absolutely love it. I think it's the best sport ever. I just think it is so cool that the NCAA offers this opportunity and this training, and I get to be in great health, and I take that very seriously. And they also give us access to like some of the best doctors in the world and some of the best training in the world. And specifically here at GCU, we really focus on the mental side of things. which I really, really, really enjoy. Like every summer we do a book club to make sure that we are improving off the court as much as we are on the court, which I find so important. But outside of that, I think it is also so incredibly special that they offer scholarships for the sport. I never would have thought that I could get my college paid for to literally play beach volleyball every single day. I think that is so cool, and it is such an amazing opportunity for kids who grew up playing that might not be able to afford college. I just think it's so awesome that they still have an opportunity to play. And also the career possibilities that come out of this. While it is the fastest growing sport, it's still kind of a small community. So like everybody knows everybody, and I think that's so cool. And it's so easy to like get immersed in this and either play professionally or be a coach or be someone's mental coach. There's just so many things that you can do once you're done with the NCAA side of things. But the future of the sport, I think, is so bright, and many others do as well, obviously. It is still the fastest growing sport there is at the collegiate level and at the high school and middle school level, and I am just forever grateful that I got to be a part of the beginning of this, and I just cannot wait to see where it goes. But in conclusion, overall, NCAA beach volleyball is growing immensely, and I think the future of it is so bright, and we've just come so far, and I think it is so amazing that I personally get to be a part of it. Here are my references.